What some may see as an ugly mess of lines could be so much more if we open our minds. Join me on my journey if you have a big heart. Come on, let's go. It's the art of the chart.
Welcome back to BLOCKTV. It's Art of the Chart. It's the only segment where, you and I, we walk together on this magical journey of technical analysis, and we try to find a little bit of the beauty that's within that great field of science. So so join me, won't you? Come on over. So here we have a chart. Now this is, as you can see here, it's from DDD. Before we get into anything, I want to tell you a little bit about this altcoin, as they are called, that I'm using today. It's from here at Crypto Watch. You see, it's from scry.info, and you got a wonderful chart here from August 21st to August 27th, last week, in other words. And anyway, so I went to this website to figure out more about this coin, scry.info. It says that they're moving towards a blockchain science of human beings. What does that mean? As far as I can tell, absolutely nothing. But let's go to the project description. Very wordy here, and it is translated, I believe, from Chinese, or maybe that's South Korean. It says, Scry.info is the world's first blockchain-based quantifiable data exchange platform for real data storage, validation, sharing, analysis, trading. Doesn't mean anything. So we're going to move on from here. I would work on your marketing, guys at Scry, if you're listening. Give that a look, because as it stands, I have no idea what the hell your thing does. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We don't need to know what it does. We don't even need to know if you can trade it, because all we're looking at is this wonderful chart that they have presented to us, and I think it's really great. As you can see, we've got a lot of these kind of dips that come down and up, down and up, down and up, looking very jagged. So this kind of gave me a little bit of inspiration, and I'll show you where my mind was heading. And always remember that if you'd like to analyze along with me, feel free, and just make sure that you tweet it at me at the Sonic Wombat or at BLOCKTV News on the Twitter, and maybe we'll feature your artwork on the show. So anyway, so the first thing you always want to do with one of these is give it a good old trace, and so that's what I've done here. I gave it a nice dark purple, and we're just going to kind of dig right in. Make sure I'm on the right layer here, and here we go. We're just going to kind of come around like so, and then just kind of follow it and see where it takes us. And I'm always so pleased to be able to do this show. I'm very fortunate to have swindled my employers into allowing me to do such a thing, because I think it's really very special, and I really enjoy doing that. So this is actually a kind of a simpler piece of work today, I think. The real beauty of it is going to come from the coloring that we're going to do, and I hope that it works out well. I didn't practice the coloring earlier today when I did my little practice shot here, but I think already for the astute observer, you can probably tell what I'm heading towards here. So let's kind of, let's not be all cloak and dagger about it. Let's just get going like that. Let's just get going. Give them like a couple of little eyes. Give them some of these. And this is, as you can see, it's one of those caterpillars you hear so much about. And what we're going to do is, what's the main feature about a caterpillar? And that's kind of where my mind first went, is that all these little bumples, they kind of remind me of little legs. So we're going to give them kind of like a shit ton of legs, and kind of see where we can go from there. And speaking of caterpillars, caterpillars often can be found in one's garden. And I thought I would give you a garden update, a registered Zachy's garden update. We have a pot with some mint in it, and that's growing very well. The thing is about mint is it's basically a weed. So if you put it anywhere, then it's going to try and take over the entire space that you've put it in. So that's going really great. And then we had a couple of flower pots that we wanted to grow some flowers in, but that's they're not doing too well with the heat. The summer, it's been a very hot summer, so that's not doing so well. So anyways, we're going to start here with, I think we want to start with our softer colors actually, and just kind of, start swinging, kind of get in there. Wait, yeah, we're on the right layer. Kind of go in there and just kind of just go, feel it out. I'm trying to avoid doing a specific pattern. You know, I don't like doing the red, blue, yellow kind of thing, because I think that gets kind of cheesy. So we're just going to kind of pick and choose kind of as we see fit and just see what comes up. So here we go here. And I went for a little bit of a pastel palette today. Not quite pastel, but it's a little bit of a evoking tones of sorbet, you know. So we'll see if that tracks here at the end, if it turns out the way I wanted it to. But let's color and find out. So that'll be really something. But yeah, so sorbet, as it were, one of my favorite ice cream flavors, the iced cream as they call it. But as a child, I used to have, I would get it confused between sorbet and sherbet, which sherbet is something that apparently completely different from sorbet, on a completely different spectrum in the ice cream Parthenon. It's much more of like a rainbow kind of vibe, and it's less fruity and more tastes like an artificial rainbow kind of situation. So we're kind of evoking that, I suppose, with our color palette today. Anyways, I saved this green color for last, and the green color is much more vibrant than the others. So I figured that would be kind of cool to stick out here. And for those astute observers, you may notice that the background behind me is missing a character. Hey, Omer, can you actually show? Yeah, there should be, listen, if you've been watching for long enough, which I'm sure you have, you'll notice that I'm missing just one fella. And that's because I forgot to ask the graphics person to put it in. But next week, I assure you, everybody's going to be here. So don't worry about that. I did just severely date this episode specifically by saying next week. So like, if we don't do it next week, then I'm in trouble. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, so this is kind of, I'm really liking it, to be honest with you. What I want to make sure of is that we get kind of like a cool color for the snoot here. And I like this pink color a lot, actually. So I'm going to give him a little bit of that. And that kind of gives him like a happy look. And already, I think, you know, he's really coming together. I think that that's kind of the basis of what we wanted to do. Maybe we'll just add a little bit of accents here and there, you know, add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that. But in general, it's really good. It's really decent. And I think that, you know, what's special about the caterpillar, right? What's something that we can learn from the caterpillar? I think that it's got so many legs, and you know, just like life kind of has a lot of legs to it, you know? And they always say life's the greatest journey of all, and every good journey, you know, has a leg or two. And you know, it's up to you to figure out what leg of your journey you're on. You know, maybe you're over here, and I'm over here. You know, we don't know. So it's always good to make sure that you're aware of kind of where you are in your journey, and kind of operate from that perspective, and make sure that you treat others like you don't know. Well, that was terrible. What leg of their journey they're on. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and give this guy a name. And I already came across something. We kind of want to. I'm thinking like something like Wimble. And I like that. And you know what? I kind of like him so much that I kind of want to give him a little bit of a little something special. What we're gonna do. My PC battery is running low, by the way, so that's it's an important note. What we're gonna do is kind of maybe see if we can do something like this, and maybe turn this into like a flower that comes off his head. Isn't that kind of cool? Maybe not. You know what? It's ugly as hell, but I like it. We're gonna keep it. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give this the old John Hancock before my computer dies and I lose my job. So there you go. Wimble the caterpillar. And he's having a great time. He's got his ugly little flower. You know, in everything beautiful, there's something that's just a little bit like, why is that there? And there goes my computer. Well, it was nice analyzing with you. I thank you very much for joining me. And, you know, tune in next time when we inevitably forget to plan to to do many of the things necessary for this show. Until then, my name is Zachy. Happy analyzing.